Mother asked me when she walked in, do you spray this locker room with Febreze? And I said, no, we spray it with early sweat, constant sweat, and permanent sweat. These guys sweat up the storm, so that's a good thing. So this is an honor. Tonight we're talking about the family, the importance of the family, the reason why we have a family in the first place, and I'm going to give you 7 key words that will make your family situation better. Okay, I'm going to ask Owen if you would have an opening prayer for us.
Everybody back there? Dear Lord, we pray that we have a good night here, learn a lot from Coach Stier. Pray that we have a good week of practice, everybody stays healthy. We hope we're prepared for Friday's game. Thank you for all these wonderful people we have here today. In your name, Jesus, amen.
Amen. We're talking about family tonight, and we're talking about was not a human idea, it was a God's idea. God was the one that instituted family from the very beginning, from Genesis on. God had family in mind. Now, we're not talking about house, we're not talking about the residence you live in. We're talking about family, and that might be a better word instead of a house would be a home. Whatever home you come from. Let me give you a definition of what family is. This is out of Webster. Family is the social unit consisting of a parent, parents, and children, extended family living under one roof. Now that doesn't apply probably to some of us in this room. I get that. I get that. We may not have two parents. We may come from families that are split, that are disjoined. We may come from families that have an uncle or an aunt or cousins living under the same household. I get that. The family is in disarray. This is not the way God had intended it, but that's the reality of where we are today. Make no mistake about it. Satan does not want any of our families to survive. And Satan will do whatever he can to make your home life, your family life, as disjointed as you can possibly have it. There's other examples of family. They're not real family, but other examples. Give me some other examples of a family type unit that you might be in sometime. Yes? A team, a sports team. Okay? Sports teams are family. They're extended family. Somebody else? A church community. Very good. A church family. We talk about family all the time. I'm sorry?
A band, we call ourselves a family.
A band? A band, any kind of a small unit? Yeah.
Work.
At work. I ran a steel company up in Chicago, and we used to call the employees family. We're going to a family picnic. Yes, sir. Friends. Friends can be an extended family. So there's lots of different family units around, but the primary family unit that you have is the one where you go home at night. Okay, Bo Stanley was here last week. He asked you a couple advantages of what your family does for you, and you said things like, I feel like I belong in the family. It's the difference between water and blood family, people that you can rely on, people that you can count on. That isn't always true in every family, but it's true in hopefully a lot of families. Family is the foundation. It's the foundation upon which communities are built. It's the foundation upon which neighborhoods are built. It's a foundation upon which communities or states and nations and worlds, the core foundation of our society is the family. And once again, Satan does not want our families to survive or to thrive. Let's go to the book of Genesis. Let's look at how God created it in the beginning. In the beginning, God created. That's how Genesis starts. The first book in the Bible. Genesis, chapter 1. And he did, the first day, he did light. Second day, he did water. Third day, he did dry ground. Fourth day, he did vegetation. Fifth day, he did animals and plants and all kinds of animals. On the sixth day of creation, he saved the best to last, he made a man. Genesis 2:7 says, Then the Lord formed a man from the dust of the ground and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and the man became a living being. What was his name? Adam. The first Adam. God created. I always used to tell my wife, we had a couple boys and a girl growing up out, kind of lived on a farm, and they'd come in all covered with dirt, and I would say, honey, their dirt's starting to show. It's starting to show through. You see, the Bible says that God formed us out of dirt, literally out of dirt, and then breathed the breath of life, his life, into us. That's what makes us human. That's what makes us different than the animals. We did not evolve from the monkeys. We were a separate, created being by God for a particular purpose. And God had a purpose for the man. Genesis 2:15 says, and the Lord took the man, put him in the Garden of Eden to work and to take care of it. Work is God's idea. He thought it was a good thing. He had Adam in the garden, tending the garden. That was his job, to take care of it. But something wasn't quite right. Verse 18. But the Lord said, it is not good for the man to be alone. I will make a helper suitable for him. Underline chapter 2, verse 18. That's an important verse. It's a really, really important verse. Adam was all by himself. Oh, he had animals around and trees and all that stuff, but he was by himself. There was only one Adam in the beginning. And God said, it's not good. It's not good that he is alone. How many of you like being alone for a long time? Oh, we got a couple of loners. There you go. All right. My wife was gone this last week, one night, and I missed her already, okay? Don't be gone 2 nights. Don't be gone 3 nights. I don't do well by myself. Adam didn't do so well by himself, and God saw that, and God said, it is not good for man to be alone. So what did he do? He said, I will make a suitable, what's the word suitable mean? Balance, a companion for him. Somebody that complemented him. Don't get hung up on the word helper. Okay? I talk to a women's group and they go, oh, God made us a helper. Okay, that is a good term. That is that God himself has been called helper before. All right? Somebody suitable. Somebody that complemented Adam. Men and different and women are different. Different physically, different emotionally, different mentally at times, but we complement each other. Complement each other. And so God caused the man to fall into a deep sleep, and while he was sleeping, he took one of the ribs out of the man's side and closed it in with flesh. Then he made a woman from the rib he had taken out of the man, and he brought her to the man. And the man said, wow! Unbelievable, God, you've outdone yourself once again. No, he didn't say that. But it was close. That's what I would have said. This is bone of my bone and flesh of my bone, flesh of my flesh. She shall be called woman, for she was taken out of a man. That is why a man leaves his father and mother and is united with his wife, and the two become one flesh. That was the first marriage right there. We're to leave our parents someday and go and be united with a person of the opposite sex. A woman or a man, depending on what sex you are. They complement each other. I've been married for 48 years to my wife. We complement each other. Okay? We like a lot of the same things. We are as different can be at times, but we complement each other. She is good for me. I am good for her. That's what marriage is all about. We're going to talk more about marriage later on. There is a poster over in the coaches' room where they meet, and it's got 3 words on it. 3 words on it. It's got the word Three words. My question to you is, what order do you think they're in? You sure? Are you sure? Huh? I heard somebody else up here. What'd you say? Go ahead, just say it. All right?
It's on the board?
No, it's on the plaque. On the plaque.
You gotta put them in order.
Yeah, you gotta put them in order. What's the most important? Faith. Faith. I got faith up here. What do you say? Faith. What is it? Family. Family's number one. We're getting stuff all over the map. Is it faith, family, football, or is it faith, family, football, or is it family, faith, football? What is it? You just got the answer. Family, faith, football. Is that right?
Yes.
What happens if we put family first? Somebody go in the coach's room and get that. You know where it is? What if we put family first?
Family gives you faith.
Family can be. Family can give you faith. Okay, you can get faith from your family. Yes.
Love.
Say it again. Love. You get love from your family. Is your family the most important thing? No. How about football? Hey, come on, guys. This is football season. Isn't football number one? We're number one. We're number one. I had a guy at church in the spring that said, "Pastor Mark, I'll see you in the fall." And I said, "What's up with that? Where are you going to be all summer?" And he said, "Well, my boy plays travel baseball, and we're going to be gone every Sunday this summer." And I said, "Really? You're going to miss church for an entire summer? You kidding me?" For him, not football, but baseball was number one. Hold that sign up.
Faith, family, football.
Faith, family, football. Give yourself a hand there, those of you who had it right. Faith. Hang on, guys. Hang on. Faith, family, football. It's got to be in that order. We looked, a couple of weeks ago, when we were studying the book of Mark. Remember the question was asked Jesus, what is the first and great commandment? You remember that one? All right, say it slow. Go ahead, Wes. You're good. Or is it? Go ahead. Okay. Love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your heart and strength. And what's the second one?
Love your neighbor as yourself.
Love your neighbor as yourself. Very good. So we can have faith first. We can have family second. And we can have football or cheerleading or band or whatever you want to put, number three, and still be in the right priority. The right priority of life. All right. I got 7 words as we close. 7 words that'll change your life if you'll do them. 7 words that will make your family better. 7 words for those of you back here that will make your marriage better. Make any relationship better. Okay? I got cards for you as we get ready to leave, but here's 7 words. 7 words to live by. The first one is, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Turn to the guy next to you and say, I'm sorry. We'll do it and mean it next time, all right? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Coach Stanley stood up in this very spot 3 or 4 days ago and he had a player from last year. I don't even remember the kid's name. And he said, I'm sorry. I didn't get you the chance to run the ball like I thought I was going to get that done. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Hey, I messed up. I said that today at work. Today at work, I messed up at work again. And I had to tell somebody, hey, I'm sorry. I let you down. I let you down. I'm sorry. Second 3 words. I love you. And we got to mean it.
That's a big one.
That's a big one. That's a big one. I don't mean all romantic love now. I'm talking about to your parents, to your brothers, to your players. I heard somebody say that tonight in practice. Love you, man. I love you, man. Okay? Relax, 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 guys. I love you. Jesus said, Paul says in Ephesians, in the same way, husbands ought to love their wives as their own body. He who loves his wife loves himself. We love ourselves when we love others. When we love our wives, guys, someday. You love yourself. Nobody ever hated themselves. You always take care of yourself, right? We need to extend that love. So what was the first one? I'm sorry. What's the second one? I love you. I love you, and you got to mean it. And the last one. Hang on. The last one is forgive me. Forgive me. I have talked to so many people over the years that have been married a long time. And I asked them, what's the secret of success for long marriages? Pat and I have been married 48 years. What's the secret of that success, of hanging together? And marriage is tough, guys, I'm telling you right now. Don't go into it with just kind of, oh, well, I'm just going to get married, and if it doesn't work out, I'll just bail out of this thing. No. Forgiveness is always part of the answer when I ask somebody, tell me the secret of why you've been married a long time. Forgiveness. Both ways. Pat has forgiven me, I can't tell you how many times. I've forgiven her many, many times. That's part of it, is to be man enough or woman enough to say it and mean it. Forgive me. Forgive me. I did something incredibly stupid. I did something wrong. I let you down. I didn't do a good job with that. Forgive me. You know why we can say that and mean it? Is because Jesus has forgiven us. And if Jesus can go to a cross and forgive me, I sure as heck ought to be able to forgive you. And you ought to be able to forgive your brother or your sister or your dad or your mom or the guy playing next to you. Forgiveness is key. I'm sorry, I love you, forgive me are 7 words that if you will do them, will change your life. Hold up those cards a minute, Pat. That's my wife. I got them on a card for you. I want you to take that card home. I want you to put it someplace where you can see it. Put it on the mirror. Put it on the refrigerator. Put it in your car. Put it someplace. Okay? Questions? Questions? Let's close in a word of prayer. Close in a word of prayer. Okay? Don't break.
Don't bow your heads. God, thank you. God, thank you so much for this great day. We're all able to come out here and play this great sport of football. Pray that you'll bless our practice tomorrow, that we'll get ready for Friday's game. Bless our church home tonight. Keep us all safe.